The Guadalcanal Campaign. Turning the tide in the Pacific. In the sweltering heat of August 1942, the dense jungles and coral beaches of Guadalcanal became the stage for one of World War II's most pivotal confrontations. The Solomon Islands, a scattered chain of tropical atolls in the South Pacific, would witness 6 months of brutal warfare that would fundamentally alter the course of the Pacific War. The campaign began as an American gambit to halt Japanese expansion southward. U.S. forces launched their first major offensive operation in the Pacific, seizing the strategic island of Guadalcanal and its partially completed airfield. What was intended as a swift operation to deny Japan a forward airbase quickly escalated into a protracted battle of attrition that would test both nations' resolve. Japan's response was swift and fierce. Recognizing the threat to their defensive perimeter, Japanese forces mounted determined counterattacks by sea and air. The waters surrounding Guadalcanal became a graveyard of ships as night surface actions erupted with deadly regularity. These nocturnal battles, fought in the narrow channels between the Solomon Islands, earned the area the grim nickname Ironbottom Sound. Above the jungle canopy and across the azure waters, a different kind of warfare raged. The skies became a contested battle space where American and Japanese carrier air wings clashed repeatedly with land-based aircraft. The famous Cactus Air Force, a makeshift collection of U.S. Marine, Navy, and Army pilots operating from Henderson Field, faced wave after wave of Japanese bombers and fighters in desperate aerial duels. Carriers emerged as the decisive tools of this campaign. These floating airfields projected power across vast oceanic distances, their aircraft providing crucial air cover for ground forces while engaging in epic carrier-to-carrier battles. The campaign became a test of each side's ability to maintain air superiority over the critical airfield and supply routes. Month after month, the grinding battle continued. Japanese forces repeatedly attempted to reinforce their garrison and recapture the airfield, launching major offensives that crashed against determined American defenses. The famous Tokyo Express, high-speed nighttime runs by Japanese destroyers and cruisers, brought reinforcements and supplies under cover of darkness, only to face Allied air attacks at dawn. The relentless attrition gradually wore down Japanese naval air strength. Experienced pilots, irreplaceable veterans of earlier campaigns, fell in increasing numbers. Japanese carriers, once the backbone of their Pacific fleet, found their air wings decimated and their effectiveness severely compromised. By February 1943, the strategic situation had become untenable for Japan. Faced with mounting losses and unable to adequately reinforce their positions, Japanese high command made the painful decision to abandon Guadalcanal. In a series of skillful nighttime evacuations, they withdrew their remaining forces, ceding the initiative in the South Pacific to the Allies. The victory at Guadalcanal marked a fundamental shift in the Pacific War. For the first time, Allied forces had seized and held territory from the Japanese Empire. The campaign demonstrated that Japan's seemingly unstoppable advance could be halted and reversed. Most critically, it marked the beginning of Japan's strategic retreat, a momentum that would carry Allied forces inexorably toward the Japanese home islands. The dense jungles of Guadalcanal had witnessed the birth of Allied offensive capability in the Pacific, transforming what began as a defensive holding action into the first step on the long road to Tokyo Bay.